Good morning, loves. So I was just here thinking something crossed my mind, and I woke up in my bed. It's slightly chilly in South Africa, and I'm looking at my space in my life. I wake up, go to work. I come home to a beautiful house. I drive nice cars. I'm healthy. My kids. I'm looking at my life, and I'm like, I prayed for this, right? I prayed for this. You also have to remember, God chooses who he wants, and it can never be, but why her? Why can this happen for me? I work too hard, why can I have the same lifestyle? God chooses to bless who he wants to bless. But getting back to what I want to say today, um looking at where I am today and where I was or where I came from, for me to even think, guys, let me tell you something about myself. I've been a maid. I've cleaned houses before. I worked in a bar. I know you don't believe it. I've worked in a bar. I was a waitress at some point, and I got upgraded to working in a till, like in what is it, at the back of the bar. I was now handling cash. And I've worked in a sandwich factory, standing almost 10 hours a night. So don't look at people and you say, she doesn't deserve it. Why her? I kind of feel like, for me, the message today would be like stuck somewhere, right? I will come back one day and give you a whole background of where I've been. I was once a shop assistant. Like, it was this tiny shop, and a person opened a beauty shop, and I was stocking cutex removers, hair dyes, and I want you to say to yourself today, wake up and you say to yourself today, I want better. Let me tell you something about manifesting. Something about manifesting is you are attracting all the things you want for yourself. Okay? Every time you keep saying, Obanze bandoga, Obanze like that is the kind of energy you bringing or calling towards yourself. I know some of you might be like, she's just saying. No, I'm not just saying. Like, I'm telling you, I manifest the things that I want, and I pray towards them, and I ask God to give me the wisdom to start finding ways how I can get the things. And then I start looking for ways. If I need a new car, I start finding ways, how am I gonna get this car? If I'm gonna work on a project, I pray for wisdom to say, God, I'm starting to do this. I want to do this. I need your guidance. I need your help. I need your financial assistance. Like, open doors for me to be able to get finances to do these things. I've never been in a space, my family knows this, my friends know this. I've never been in a space where like, it's your not so. My brother is always like, we taught you to do my like mbitia. But I'm like, all of it, chije. A lot of people are just saying, that kind of mentality needs to stop. What do you mean on that? Look around. There is always something. Trust me, we don't look harder, but there's always something. It could be a person that you know. It could be a person. Banconnecting ako kugundi akola mu meme naye bwe mba mwebuuzizaako, you know, ate bw'oba omwebuuziza nga ye takisobola ayinza okuba ate alina omulala asobola, you know, and the line goes like that. But we need to come out of this space where we're overthinking. Era ffe Katonda alabika yatusiraanya, Katonda tatwagala. Why would he put you here if he doesn't want you? At the end of the day, God is going to step in when you are doing something about it. But you cannot sit around and say, and I've been around people who are like, God will provide. Baby, how is God provide you just sitting there? And you're like, God will provide. Start manifesting beautiful things for yourself. Start thinking positive. Start saying, like, attract goodness in whatever you are doing. Even in the ugliest of situations, there's always goodness. No, some kind of goodness somewhere. There's always something. So start always finding goodness even in the ugliest of things. When you do that, you are going to attract some kind of different energy. which is going to be so beautiful. Your life is going to change. Your mindset is going to change. How you think, how you view things. Buli kimu kigenda kukyuka ogambe, okay, but buli lwoneeteekangamu ekyo ekintu ng'ogamba naye nze bannange neffe tulituukako eyo bazaali gye bali nze nali house girl. Nga nkeera ku makya ne ngenda nga nnongosa ennyumba 3 olunaku. And people who lived in the UK at that time, this was like in 1999, they know. Like, I need to catch a train and then go to a different location, clean there, catch another bus, go somewhere, clean there, so those are 3 houses in a day. And then I would go to a sandwich factory. Then a sandwich factory, and because it's a sandwich factory, the food needs to be kept cold, right? Tuyimiriza the whole day like chalinga chi belt chitambula. So atadeko mgati, atadeko lettuce, atadeko nyanya, atadeko all the other things that like it would rotate, and it was and for me to even get that job, now listening in Papua, I left UK because for me it was more like there's a certain type of life that I wanted, right? So for me being in the UK doing all those things, I just woke up, I had this breakdown, and I called my mom, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. This is not what I envisioned my life. Being a little girl, I was so obsessed with these women who were beautiful, women who drove cars, women who were that looking back, it's exactly who I am today. And I wanted to be like her. And I would look at her coming back from her trips. She had chocolates, she had perfume, and she didn't have kids. Oh, her house was clean, she didn't have kids. And I always looked at her and I'm like, I want this. I had another auntie of mine, Auntie Penny. She used to kusubula mu UK na ineduka kuikotorio ngazaka furuma, and she was driving the best cars. She had money. Auntie Penny ngaina sente, like we would just drive from her shop and her boot would like, and then I'll be like, I want to be like these women. They motivated me. So then in the UK I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I had this vision of me, my life, and because at some point I was like, I'm beautiful, I'm gonna get married to a very rich guy, and I'm gonna have my life sorted out. And mukwano muli munakati abakyaloza nti nze bwefuna ekisajja kyange ekigaga nekimpasa nedda. Bw'obeera ne ssente zo n'ofunayo ekigagga, it's a bonus. Ebyo byanfunayo ate kati njagala mbawulira abakazi abalungi bangi tebikyakola nti ndi mulungi nnyo nnyo era nze bajja kumpasa ogenda kudiba. Abakazi abalungi badibye Uganda bali mu mabbala tebava mu lunaku bali omwo mwaka ku mwaka. I don't want to mention names, but you know them, some of the most beautiful girls. Abawola balungi kati bangi ekyo tekikyakola obulungi kati. You see where we are right now in this generation, this whole beauty thing, friend, sister, listen to me, queen, tebikola. Kyova mulaba ebikazi ebibi bitudde mu maka amanene bifumba. Ebikazi ebibi bitudde mu maka bifumba. Meanwhile, all the beautiful girls are still roaming. Have money. Banning newe kabeera what is it called? Kadala kanyanya. Newe kabeera kadda nabagamba beera demanda best seller nga gwali ku mudala gw'amanda was slaying. Naye tulina mentality eno nze nonyayo ekigagga kyange kimu bwe kiti. Ekijja kufuna kyongereko Sara, kyongereko Rita, kyongereko. And then you stuck in this relationship because you don't have a choice. Toyagala kola, toyina kyozaako, bakulabirira bulabirizi olya like. So I will come back and tell you a story. When I could have had a very big scar. I don't know, like over changing a mood over answer drink chini muando zanchamu. Navuma yalimukala dinga never take it out that time chupa. Like it got so ugly. And then there's me, as cute as I was in this is now 2000 and this South Africa. Nzijano butre kuliko beer. But I got to a point, I'm like, this is not the life I want. I never envisioned myself doing this. But I had to go all through that stuff to be who I am today. So I had to go through all those things because God was preparing me for the bigger person I was going to be and the person that I am today. Sandi tegere nangeri yako managing. Because you should also pray for that. You should pray for getting wealthy and also manage wealth. You know? So, and then looking back, I'm like, wow, you know, did I do that? Did I go through this? Like, temunyoma minimu. And I've had people, oh, she just inherited. No. The people who know about my life, like where we started with Ivan, I came here in 2000 in January, something like that, and then Ivan followed somewhere in February or March. And then Tetwe Sangirao, but we used to meet at some Ugandan lady's house, and I every Sunday from Uganda and everything. Then we would go there. She passed away, bless her soul, Mama Betty. And then eventually, there's Ivan like Nkumatira. Oh, okay. So what are you trying to say? Ivan cutting out next of King of Mumbayori. So I'm looking at this boy and I'm like, you know. But every other time we talk to Kanganga nga Aja and I'll listen to his conversations and everything, I was like, okay, this guy is smart. So I started giving him a chance. And that's how we started building. But let me tell you something. We were just there. Katachuna chitulina. Yana ibintu ebyazanya. Abasajja mbamanyi ngazanya. Kati mukuzanya nanfuna nange nanjigiriza okuzanya. Natandika okuzanya enzanya. Bintu byakweya kitegera. And then, twalina business bwaffe twakola lumbi yali akola South Africa. Well, we alinga musente. So, and then we started as I got pregnant with my first son. And I'm like, because, you know, I could feel like we're starting to settle, you know, and there's a baby coming in. And so I'm like, tugulewe somero. Mind you, tetulina experience. Twalina resources already tulina betukola kayunga sente ziki, but tetulina experience tetwasoma kutuukawo kuyingira bintu bya education. So I think there should be a part 2. I need to dress up. I need to go to work. Yeah, I need to go to work. Nange ninga mukoza nti nkeerayo ne ngenda siringa ba boss ntuukako oluusi late ngira mukama waabwe but mbeerayo. So tumaliriza tugamba temunonyoma mirimu mweje mweri mentality eyokuloza nti ekigaga kijja kufuna ekisingira ddala obukulu. Pray about your life. Ekirala, manifest good things. Beera ngaawo ng'olooza bintu birungi eri obulamu bwo. Buli lwolooza ebintu ebirungi ebiri obulamu bwo, you attract goodness. Buli lwolooza ng'ebibi, you attract bad energy. And I'm going to tell you this, bad energy is very contagious. Goba or in a negative life and you sitting with me and your life is always negative, I'm actually gonna get in a space where I'm gonna start attracting your energy. Do you understand? Because it's very contagious. Hey Bambi, you know, like you always in that, always wake up. Wake up and say a prayer. Okay, come on. Naso zene ekizibu n'ekintwalidde omutima gunnuma mukama sirina bwe nkiyitamu biki. The minute you pray about things and it's from deep down here, Katonda naye alina engeri gy'akwanukula. Oba oli awo, oba oyise mu TikTok ng'oli ng'alaba answer, oba oli mu kuvuga, oba oli mu bus, oba oli mu taxi, olina ekikyolaba. It's an answer. The answers are always there. Sometimes we don't look because we're stressed, but the answers are always there. No. I've been through a lot in my 46 years of age. Like, if there is one person that can talk to you, trust me, it's going to be me. Okay, we're going to come back with part 2. Come on.